Sign a centre-back? Sign a right winger? No. I tell you what, we need another goalkeeper. My days, people. You have to laugh at this one, eh? Happy Bank Holiday Monday. Transfer window closes Friday night, and the rumours are flying in now, and it's going to be a mental week. So strap yourselves in, and there's probably going to be quite a few double daily uploads on the channel throughout this week, I reckon. As we close in on 35,000 subscribers, if you haven't already, please do smash that subscribe button and drop a like, and most importantly, leave your comments below on Newcastle's transfer business, who we should sign in the last few days of the summer window. The long old summer window that has been, it's disappointing to say the least, isn't it, eh? Worrying. But as I've said all along, let's reserve judgment until Friday night, because God knows what could happen. Because according to TalkSport initially, so as always with the likes of TalkSport, take it with a pinch of salt. However, more journalists are backing it now. Craig Hope, Daily Mail are also saying that Newcastle are in talks with James Trafford. They do want to reopen negotiations to try and sign the young England goalkeeper from Burnley. We obviously tried to sign him at the start of this summer window, which feels like months ago. I remember doing a video in Freeman Park, I think, when I got out of the hospital. God, that was like before the Euros, end of May, start of June, ages ago, and that's how long old summer this has been. But it's nearly at its end, people. We're closing in, right? Just a few days left of transfer news, so I know some people love it, some people hate it. We've got to talk about it though, because it's so obviously so important for our club. Do you know what I mean? We need to get these signings in, and we need to get them right. But a goalkeeper wasn't quite on my agenda. As I said, James Trafford was linked earlier in the window. Newcastle had a £15 million bid rejected from the Clarence for the young English keeper. That was confirmed by Sky Sports News. That's been left, gone for the last few months. We ended up signing Odysseas Vlachodimos from Nottingham Forest in the Elliot Anderson deal. That is as clear as day now, was entirely for PSR and financial fair play reasons. That was just a part of that deal to sweeten things up for the PSR FFP loophole, and Vlachodimos is never going to play for Newcastle United, by the looks of it, to be honest with you, because it looks like he could leave in the next few days of the window. Again, he wasn't even on the bench against Bournemouth yesterday. He was on the bench in the first game against Southampton, and neither was Martin Dubravka, who apparently had a concussion injury in training. That fueled loads of rumours that he's going to leave, because, you know, he has been linked to leave for quite some time now. He was meant to be going to Celtic. Celtic then went for Kasper Schmeichel instead. Dubravka, I'd be surprised if he stays this week, so it's likely that him or Vlachodimos could leave this week. Both of them are even a potential exit for the Toon. So with those two leaving, that left John Ruddy on the bench yesterday, and that would leave John Ruddy on the bench going forward. Big John Ruddy. And then obviously Mark Gillespie as well, who's got the sweetest job in the world. Him and, you know, Jeremy Clarkson back in the Top Gear days. Unreal. What a job. What a lifestyle. Anyways, that would leave us with just three keepers. Because at the minute, the thing all over Twitter and everything is people losing the plot, and me and Al thinking, what the hell are we doing? Signing another goalkeeper. What we got now? 5? I'll tell you what we'll do. Just sign a 6th one. And then still just start Pope. Even though everyone's, you know, talking about Pope's kicking again yesterday, and it was awful. Pope was a brilliant shot stopper. But we know for the modern game and playing out from the back, he's just not that guy. He hasn't got the kicking capabilities for that. Capabilities? I might still be hungover from yesterday. Kicking capabilities for that. So that's the issue going forward, innit, with Nick Pope. And listen, I wouldn't be against signing James Trafford if it meant we could actually sign the positions that we need to strengthen. If we did get a centre-back in, whether it be Marquis, whether we walk away from that and get another defender from abroad for cheaper, don't care. I'd trust the club and the scouting networks to find us another Sven Botman, a decent centre-half, you know. So, great, but get him in. Right-handed centre-back, brilliant. Next up, right winger. Yesterday Murphy started, didn't have a good game. Gordon then switched to the right and scored. He didn't have a great game, but he finished. And could that be the solution? I think it's evident that it is, really, that you play Barnes on the left and Gordon on the right if we don't sign a right winger. But if we're signing goalkeepers instead of centre-backs and wingers, it's bizarre. Totally bizarre. But again, we'll wait until Friday night, 11 p.m, before we cast entire judgment on the decisions and on the transfer window. But at the minute, obviously, that's got people going this morning thinking, what's going on? Literally, what's going on? People losing the plot online, social media, going crazy. Why we're signing goalkeepers? Why we're not strengthening where we need to be? What's Mitchell doing? What's gone on since Amanda left? Yeah, hasn't went down well, that one so far. But James Trafford, the young English keeper, like I say, he's from Burnley at the minute. He played against the Macklins the other day. They conceded, unfortunately, Trafford. Not good, that, as the Macklins won 1-0. But listen, he was in that Burnley side last season that got relegated. Anyone would have struggled in that team, so I can't really judge him off that. He's very highly rated from his Man City and Bolton days, and of course with the England youth setup where he got Golden Glove in that Euros winning campaign. So they really, really highly rate him. I think he's great. I think he'd be a class keeper in the future. I'm not against signing him. I'm against signing him instead of the priority positions we need, though. But like I say, loads could happen this week, people. That's why I'm saying probably lots of videos every single day, at least daily updates potentially coming your way, because of the amount of news that will be coming out, the rumours that will be flying around the old mill for the next few days before the window shuts. So we could see quite a few exits. Like I said, Dubravka, Vladidomos, maybe Trippier. Let's talk about Trippier then. Let's finish off on Trippier, because obviously he had an emotional goodbye yesterday, is what people are saying, at the Vitality Stadium. Now, that's just a rumour. Obviously, he looked emotional when he came off the pitch. He gave his top away. Great to see the away Toon army there singing Trippier over the wall. Nice that Bruno was pointing to him as well to give Trippier his flowers, give him his praise. Rightfully deserved, because to be fair, came off the bench. Very good performance. Very, very good. And Tino Livramento, again, hasn't started the season very well. You know, I've been backing Tino to start games. I've been saying if you can get good money for Trippier, I'd sell him for FFP reasons and invest it in the positions we need. But when I seen yesterday's game, you know, and I'm not one to change your mind. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's normal to change your mind. It's normal you can change an opinion. And on Trippier's performance yesterday, and maybe seeing the leadership he does bring and that experience, maybe he is worth sticking around if you can't get a good offer for him. If you're talking about low moves or bloody 6 million or 9 million, and no, keep Trippier all day long. But obviously Trippier wants the game time, doesn't he? Last week they're saying he wants an exit because he's not going to get first team football. He's had the captain's armband taken off him. For me, I think Trippier's experience and leadership and qualities yesterday could be invaluable, really, unless you did get 15 million or something for him. Maybe we should keep him. You know, maybe we should. I'd still be surprised. I think all windows look like he's going to leave. But I'm leaning on the thing of, with a few days left, unless it's going to help us massively with PSR and with bringing other players in, you'd probably keep him. But he did look emotional yesterday. That was kind of, I'm not surprised why people are saying it looked like a farewell, you know, giving his kit away, which they do plenty of times, but he had his hands in his face and all that, and he looked emotional. And it's not someone who would come off the game against Bournemouth if you're going to be playing next week against Spurs, that you'd have that kind of reaction, I think. But listen, who knows? Who knows? That just because that happened doesn't mean that, oh, he's off, see you later. But time will tell over the next few days whether Trippier stays at the Toon. So there's Trips, Vladidomos, Dubravka. Obviously, we know Wilson's going to stay because of injuries. He's not fit yet. The same with Lascelles. Matt Target could potentially leave, but again, injury problems in his wages. Jamie Miley's rumoured to be maybe going out on loan. Who else is that we could potentially shift over? The Almiron was the big one, where FC Charlotte were interested from him. That's not going to happen now. MLS window's closed. Miggy looks like he really wants to stay, despite interest from Saudi as well. So Newcastle, listen, there could be anywhere from 1 to 6 exits in the next 4 or 5 days. And there could be anything from none to 3 people coming in, really. 3 incomings. If you look at it, see if we've got Gahey finally over the line, a right winger, and bloody Trafford. I couldn't see we're saying any more on those 3. Now it might happen. You know, if we just decide to walk away from Gahey and then we're not happy with potential alternates that we've looked at. You know, it's been in the papers and reports that, you know, we have held discussions with Tapsoba. He said he's staying in Bundesliga the other night after their game. That would be a tricky deal to get done. Other defenders been linked lots from the Bundesliga and from abroad, so we'll wait and see. But if they're not happy with it, if they can't get the right deal, the right player, they may just end up with anyone. Or another keeper. Great. Well, stay tuned. We'll find out. Drop your comments below what you think's going to happen in the final week of the transfer window. It's nearly there, people. It's closing. Friday, 11 PM. It's going to be a busy week. Not to mention, Nottingham Forest on Wednesday night. Look forward to that one as well. I will be there. Cheers for watching, everyone. Subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.